What's up guys, it's nicboleto, and today in this video I want to talk to you guys about one of the most important and overlooked things that is a part of your gym going experience, and that, my friends, is warming up. Now when you think of warming up, if let's say you are in a big game, whatever sport that you used to play, your coach tells you you're going in soon, get warmed up. First thing that you think of is probably to stretch. Now, the problem with stretching is that most people immediately go to something along the lines of reaching down to touch their toes, pulling back their feet to stretch their quads, reaching across their chest to stretch their arms. This stagnant stretching has actually been proven to be just as detrimental, if not worse, for you than not stretching at all before performing something athletic. So what we want to focus on first thing is dynamic stretching. So dynamic stretching is a type of stretching that will loosen and expand your muscles, as well as priming and lubricating your ligaments and tendons. Now, as somebody who has injured a ligament, I tore my UCL, which connects your humerus bone to your ulna bone, so right in here. I did that playing baseball. As somebody who has suffered that type of injury, I know the significance and the importance of really doing a nice thorough warm-up. So I have learned from that experience, and I don't want you guys to have to learn from that kind of detrimental career-ending experience. So now I'm going to go over the different ways to warm up your upper and lower body in a dynamic warm-up that will get your muscles primed and ready to perform. Okay, now first we're going to talk about the upper body. For the upper body, I like to start off with arm circles. So pretty easy, pretty simple. You've probably done this before. Arm circles forward and arm circles backwards. Next up, I like something called love me, hate me's. I don't know if you have another name for it, but basically love me, hate me's is like this. Love me, hate me, love me, because it's like you're hugging yourself. I like to alternate which arm I do on top because you get a different feeling based on which arm is on top. Next, I call this one hello goodbyes. I don't know what you call it, but kind of like this. So you got your hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye. Do that. Next up, I'm going to move back to the wall to demonstrate this one. This is wall slides. So you're basically simulating a shoulder press, and the key there, keep your head, your shoulders and upper back, your lower back and your butt and your feet against the wall. Try to keep everything very tight, and then just move up and down, keeping your arms against the wall the whole time. Other stuff, wrist rolls, warm up your wrists. I also do this for my wrists also. Put a rubber band or just a wristband around your fingers, and then just kind of work on opening your fingers, warms up your elbow joint a little bit. Other stuff, neck rolls, either way. You can do forward and back. I personally like to do around. Everything should be slow and controlled though. And then the last thing, I guess, would be torso turns, torso twists. Warm up your spine, your posterior chain on the upper half of your body. Also warms up your abs a little bit. And that's basically it for your dynamic warm-up. Now I'm going to talk about dynamic warm-up for your lower body. Alright guys, so if you saw my outdoor leg video, my home leg video, you saw me do a bit of a dynamic warm-up. So I'm just going to go over the basic things that I did out there, and I'll do that right here. So the first thing, high knees. Next is butt kickers. Sorry about this angle, but you just run, try and kick your butt with each step. Then another thing that I like to do is monster walks for hamstrings. So you walk out, reach your hand up, kick as high as you can. And obviously you would do this while walking. Another thing, hold on, let me adjust the angle here so you can see better. Alright, another thing that I like to do, stretch your groin. 1, 2, down, back, and then you would switch So, you know, maybe do 5 total each way. Warm up your groins. If you want to warm up your calves, you can kind of same thing with the walking, the monster walk. Reach down, come through, reach down, come through. The key here is you want to be moving, you want to get your heart rate up. Something that my basketball coach used to tell me is by the time the game starts, you should be sweating, and sweating decently hard. You know, you should be sweating about the same that you would be while you're playing. Now granted, we never did that, but the games that we did go hard in warm-ups were always our best performances. So you want to warm up hard. Now for dynamic stretching, I would say, you know, maybe about 5 or 10 minutes. It's really not that much. You know, you could do your whole body every time, but for me, I'm doing Johnny Candida's 6-week powerlifting program. And so if it's an upper day, I do only the upper stuff. If it's a lower day, I only do the lower stuff. If you're maybe a little bit older, or if you're doing a full body routine, you know, you might want to do the whole thing, you know, every day you work out. But like I said, warming up, I think it's crucial that you do it, but based on your intensity level and, you know, what you're doing in the gym that day, or even if you're not doing this for the gym, but you're doing this for a sport, or, you know, something as simple as going out and weeding the garden. I've heard horror stories of people who can deadlift 800-900 pounds and they tear their biceps. For those of you who follow Elliot Hulse, that's what happened to him. You know, so you can tailor how you warm up to what you're doing and your intensity level that you're doing it at. But that's the dynamic warm up, that's the basics. Now we're gonna go into a little more lifting specific. All right, guys, so I just got back from an upper body warm-up or upper body workout just a few hours ago. I'm going to tell you exactly what I did before that. So I like to start off, I like to do some mobility work with a band. You could do this with a PVC pipe. You can even do this without weights. I like to just kind of pull the band as hard as I can in front of me. Then I kind of go snatch grip, you know, over and back. Warm up the shoulders, just like this. Then I'll take some maybe 5-pound plates. You can do it with dumbbells, and again, you can do this with no weights. I just do shoulder rotations like this, keeping my arms by my sides, warming up my deltoids. Then I'll do the same thing this way. Keep your arms at 90 degrees the whole time, and just rotate, warm up your shoulders. After I do that work, which is, you know, either very light or no weights at all, I move on to the pec deck. You know, I start off with bench press. So, you know, really slow, really light, really controlled. I usually only do 1 or 2 sets of, you know, anywhere from 10 to 20 reps. You know, you just want to feel your chest start to fire, because when it comes to the bench press, your chest is the main mover in that movement. So if you're not firing from the chest, you're not going to get a big number in your bench press, which everybody wants a big number in the bench press. Next up, I like to do some tricep extensions. You know, warm up the triceps, get your elbows lubricated and warmed up. You know, as somebody who has a pretty serious elbow injury, it's especially crucial for me. And if you do a powerlifting style bench with your arms, you know, you're trying to pinch them into your sides, you really want to warm up the triceps, because it's going to be a very tricep heavy and chest heavy movement, whereas the bodybuilding style with the elbows flared out is going to be more deltoid dominant. So you really want to warm up your triceps for that. I also like to do some push-ups before I get into my bench press. And then finally, you get into a movement-specific warm-up where you actually are doing your first movement. So for me, that was bench press. I like to start off with the bar. I do anywhere from 10 to 15 reps of the bar. You know, recall that motor engram of, you know, the movement, the bench press movement. You know, make sure I'm contracting in all of the right areas. Make sure I've got, you know, everything tense and tight, and I'm ready to move on. Typically, you want to do anywhere from maybe 2 to 4 warm-up sets. It depends what you're working up to. Obviously, if you're working up to, you know, a working set of over 500 pounds, say you're doing deadlifts or something, you know, you're doing an extremely heavy weight, you're going to need more warm-up sets. Somebody like me, who isn't lifting extremely heavy weights, I don't need as much warm-up sets, as many warm-up sets. I apologize for my grammar there. So, for me today, I did working sets of 160. So I warmed up with the bar, 115, 135, 155. So 4 warm-up sets. I don't really count the bar as a warm-up set, so 3 warm-up sets, and that's how I did that. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about what I do weightlifting specific for my legs. Alright, so for my legs, I like to start off, I do quad extensions. Again, 2 sets, 20 reps, lightweight, really focusing on the contraction, getting blood into the muscles so that I can cycle nutrients throughout my body, give myself energy, and build myself some muscle, because that's what we're all about here. Then I'll usually do some hamstring work. I'll just do some seated leg curls. Again, 1 or 2 sets, 15, 20 reps. Try and just get blood in the muscles. I might even do, dare I say it, might even do some calf raises just to really get my ankles and my calves and my knees all warmed up. Another key thing that I forgot to say earlier when I was talking about the upper body, but for upper and lower body, during the warm-ups, I like to keep myself warm, obviously. So I have right here, it is 80 degrees outside today and sunny, and it was really hot. I wore a long sleeve shirt to the gym. Long sleeve shirt to bench press in to warm up, keep my shoulders and elbows and wrists warm. When I do leg day, I wear pants for warm up. So, it's a warm up because you are trying to get warm. So wear pants. I don't care if it's dead of summer. Wear pants to warm up. Wear a long sleeve shirt or a sweatshirt to warm up. So, I do my calf raises, I do my quad extensions and my hamstring curls. Then, just like the bench press, I do the same things with the squats and the deadlifts. I warm up to my working sets, anywhere from 2 to 4 sets, anywhere from 1 to 15 reps. If you're deadlifting, let's say you're doing a set of 1 to 4 with 95% of your 1 rep max, you're probably going to do a warm-up set of 90%. There's no point in burning yourself out trying to do 5 reps with that weight. Just do 1. So for me, I might be doing 335. I'm going to do 315 as a warm-up. 315 is something that I can do multiple reps with, but why not just do it for 1 or 2? So, you'll figure out how to warm up on your own, playing with weights, playing with percentages, but for the most part, if you're fairly new to lifting like I am, I'm not new to lifting, but I'm not super strong yet, about 2 to 4 warm-up sets, anywhere from 1 to 15 reps. I personally like to do pause reps for my warm-ups, but you can play around with it if you want. You might get more warm if you are doing, your tap and go reps, but for bench today, I warmed up with pause reps. With my squats, I like to warm up with pause reps to get comfortable in that bottom position. So play around with it as you will. But take warming up really seriously, guys. I just started going to a new gym with really strong, really experienced lifters. I'm the smallest, the weakest, and the youngest guy there. And everybody there does 30 minutes of warming up and mobility work before they even get into their working sets. They're foam rolling, which I will talk about in another video. They're doing all of this mobility work, they're doing ab work, so I am not even near their level yet, but I have started warming up and I've seen my numbers increase. I've seen just how I feel in the gym increase. So it's a really good feeling, guys. So I hope you liked the video, hope you learned some stuff, hope you take something from this video and apply it to your workouts. If you did like the video, make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Instagram in the info box below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.